Hello, everyone. We are sitting today with the author Noella Reeder.
Hello.
Congratulations on your new children's book.
Thank you.
I'm the Thinker of My Thoughts. Interesting title. Can you tell us a little bit about the book and why you wrote it?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. My new baby, I'm so proud of and so excited about too. So it's called I'm the Thinker of My Thoughts, as you said. And the why behind this book is to give parents and caregivers and teachers a tool to help children to protect themselves mentally and emotionally. Basic concepts of the book are the first concept that I wanted to get across was that parents and teachers, they can help children on the outside, but the children, or each one of us as individuals, we're the only ones who can help ourselves on the inside. So I'll just read a little bit and give you
please
the
do.
feel
It looks
of it.
great.
Okay, so at home, my parents do things to take care of me. At school, my teacher helps me become as smart as I can be. But only I can help myself on the inside. I control my thoughts and the things I decide. So the other concept that I've got, let's see, where does it start? It's kind of like how our minds, or like our little internal world, is like our own house, and how do you keep that tidy and clean and whatever, right? So, and a real concept that our thoughts can be like friends or bullies. And who we decide to hang around with will affect basically how we feel, what we do, and who we become, right? So, read a little bit more here. So my mind is like my house where I eat, sleep, and stay. And my thoughts are like the friends I have over to play. Some thoughts are like good friends that make me feel nice. Others are like people I won't have over twice. We've all had some of those. They can make me feel mad, bad, and sad, and send me crying to my mom or dad. I can choose my thoughts like I can choose a friend. So I choose ones that treat me well, faithful to the end. The other concept is that you can replace negative thoughts. You can get rid of negative thoughts and replace them with more positive ones. So one of them is to kind of acknowledge that negative thought as if it's a bully. Like, it's not you. Your thoughts aren't who you are, right? They're just thoughts. And you're the thinker of your thoughts. You can choose to get rid of those ones that aren't serving you. So yeah, when thoughts show up that I didn't invite and start being mean and picking a fight, I can tell them to leave and not come back. Let's go. So the other concept is, it's a very important concept, and we all need to get this, and we need to remind ourselves of it. And that's one of the most key concepts in this book, is that our thoughts lead to our emotions. Like, they actually create our emotions. Sometimes there might be a little subconscious thoughts creating some of our emotions, but still they're tied to a thought, and those emotions or feelings are what lead to what we do and how we act. So we can have control over what we feel and our actions by starting with putting in better thoughts. And so here it's saying, if a thought doesn't put a smile on my face, I will just put another one in its place. Every thought in my head affects how I feel. They don't seem like much, but their power is real. You know, thoughts, actually, even scientifically, they actually take up space. They're an actual thing, and they do have power. Each feeling I feel leads to an action, which can bring me sadness or satisfaction.
You had mentioned that your son had done the illustrations. By the way, the illustrations are amazing. So
Thank
colorful
you.
And very bright and fun to look at.
We get a lot of compliments on the illustrations. Everybody loves them, little kids. Actually, this book was very therapeutic to my son. So a little bit of the backstory is that once I wrote the poem for this book, and I instantly knew, as soon as I wrote it, that it was going to empower children and it had to become a book. I've written a lot of poems over the years, but I never felt like this has to be a book. So I just brought it to him and was like, hey, what do you think about illustrating this? And he reads it and says, Mom, that's basically, the basic parts of CBT, which stands for cognitive behavioral therapy, something that my son had been through because he'd had some trauma. And CBT had really helped him. And so some of the basics of CBT, especially CBT for children, is teaching you that your thoughts lead to your feelings, which lead to your actions.
What an interesting time for this book to come out.
The timing for it, I think, is perfect. I didn't set out to write a book that could help people in a time like this. This is a timeless concept we all need to know at all times for success and for mental and emotional health. Just so happens that all of us are dealing, adults, children alike, are dealing with more anxiety and depression and mental health issues at this time. And so I think this is just such a great tool to get into the hands of teachers, parents. We've had a lot of great feedback.
What kind of feedback have you been getting? Can you share a few of those?
This is where it really gets real. Honestly, like waiting for the book and seeing it come to life, holding it in my hands has been really exciting. But the exciting part is seeing the impact that it's having. So yeah, I've got actually a few here. We got one of our first reviews, so it's on Amazon. It says, great book that teaches kids to deal with tough situations and helps them understand difficult feelings and how to deal with them. Well written with great drawings, super for the classroom. So I think that person might have been a teacher. A daycare worker who was supposed to teach on feelings the next week. And they were like, oh my gosh, I was wondering, how am I going to do this? Now I have a tool I can go in. So they're bringing it in. A woman who's a child and youth practitioner. So this book is so wonderful to help open up a platform for communication with a child who may be unsure about how to talk about their feelings. Such a wonderful book that gives a perfect foundation to talk to children about their thoughts and help them understand them. Very well written. I love this book and will be reading it to my grandson and adding it to my toolbox I use when out in the field helping children and youth. I think it's going to have impact, on a lot of people. And it's one of those, like I say, I think it's going to be timeless. It's a message that we're always going to need to work on and to hear. And so my passion, my mission right now is to get this in as many homes, classrooms, libraries, into the minds and hearts of children and the adults who are, have to read it to them, because like I said, I've even had adults buy it just for themselves. They go, I needed to hear this, which is pretty cool. So
well, for our listeners that either want it for themselves or their own family, or understand the mission that you're on to get this into as many hands as possible, where do they find the book? How can they get a copy?
It is on Amazon so far in Canada and the US. And I do have a workbook, coloring book that's reproducible. It's digital. That is all on my website, noellareeder.com. You can find them there. So Amazon, noellareeder.com, if you want to find out more about the book on there. And honestly, as far as helping me with my mission, if you see this and believe in it and believe in the importance of mental and emotional health and also our mindsets for success in every area of our life, if you could share this video, that would be awesome. And especially with anybody who works with kids, professionals in the mental health field, or teachers, daycare workers, preschool teachers, all that stuff.
Thank you so much for your time, Noella.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
I appreciate it. Thanks.